before I get to anything, as far as I'm not buying any more mainstream books. Some of them started to trickle, but still trickling in because I did FOC a few weeks ago, and I can't stop those from coming. So but once those are done, I'm 100% done with the mainstream because and their predatory practices. Thank you very much, Phil. I'm done with that crap. But damn it, holy crap! I don't know if y'all got to read this or not. The Absolute Batman Annual.
Damn. Not by the regular series writer, is it?
Not. It's a complete Daniel Warren Johnson job here. It's the annual. So he's got the main story in here, and he does the art because he's a fucking amazing writer and artist. And James Warren, who kind of sometimes would conflate Daniel's work with before I really saw. Okay, so Daniel's work is probably a little more complex and detailed than James Warren, who does what's that kaiju book? I forget the name of that I really liked a lot, and he's got a backstory in here. So these two guys, man, knock it out of the park with this. And usually annuals like, you got the B list, D list, everybody on here, and it's like, just get this thing out here to make an annual and make a buck for the company. But damn, they kill this, and this is like a $30, $25-$30 book now if you can find it. Man, oh man, it's worth every damn penny. I'm glad I got one for cover price. This one that was available in the store. It tells the story of how the Absolute Batman got his Batmobile, and tells how he ganked it from a bunch of white supremacists. Just like, give me that goddamn Batmobile.
Is this the Batmobile that's still so darn oversized?
Oh my God, it's the size of a condominium.
Okay.
It's a large ass Batmobile, but it explains how he came into that wonderful possession. Yes, DWJ, baby. What's this here? Phil, did he say anything about the novels he's written? Oh, yeah. We just thought about that after he left, Phil, so we didn't think to ask him, but he mentioned that he had written books, but he didn't say, we didn't press him as to which ones. Got 1 out of 7 Mark Spears Monsters read, issue 0 and 1. Yeah, Mark Spears Monsters is not just great covers, even though it is full of great covers, but it's a pretty well written book. I mean, it's decent. It's not it's more than you expect. It's worth it. I mean, a lot of people are hating on him because he's everywhere, but hey, that's what we call work in the business. You take that work when they give it to you, because when they're done with you, they're done with you. So I don't grudge a man for taking the jobs at all. But you just don't have to buy them all. But I buy a lot of them because I love his work. He does monsters in such a great way.
Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
We saw him at Heroes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't speak to him. The Roscoe may have.
Yeah.
You could see him working. He's doing. I think I saw him doing work for the art auction, which they had later that week.
He's amazing, man. He's one of those guys that works like Kirby. He's always cranking out stuff, and it just flows. I saw him maybe 3 years ago. Got a chance to actually meet him, and he signed a book for me that I got graded, and I bought some of his ash cans that he had too. Oh my God! And he just got so much. He loves wrestling, so he has some wrestling ash cans and stuff like that. Man, he's such a cool dude, and even my book came back like a 7.5. I don't give a damn because it's still his signature. I don't care. I'm gonna keep it. I don't give a damn what it's worth. That's a DWJ signature, and damn it, I'm keeping it. It's my collection, so that's all that matters. But man, this if you can find this baby here for cover price, consider yourself lucky and buy it. It is good. I would support him, whatever he does. If he's doing a book and he's on it, I might break my rule just for that book, because I know I want people to know that I support him because he's amazing. All right, my first thing is going to be one last trick, and this is from a company I'm not familiar with called Midnight Factory. It's issue number 1. This is the Joseph Schmalke cover. So Schmalke was also involved with the what is it? The the Dark Caravan run, the Dark Caravan imprint that Scout Comics once had.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Scout, I guess, discontinued that run, and for whatever reason, a lot of people have issues with Scout for different for different reasons. But hey, that's another story. But I got a little bit of a thing here to talk about it, and I don't have. I usually have I'll read like the description of it, and then I'll talk about what my opinion of it is. But hey, we got to do that today, so we're just gonna I'm just gonna talk about my opinion of it, and it's one last trick, and it is really it's this sex worker in the future, and she ends up the story begins. She ends up on this in this area trying to escape from this woman who works for this corporation, and she gets the drop on the woman, and she drives this space transport through this portal, and she's escaping from her life as a as a streetwalker basically. And later on it tells what happened to make her have to make these bold moves. And it all happened like a week before, where she was being actually given some implants. These are like cyborg like implants and things like that. Was explaining sort of like the stripes on her face and that kind of shit. And it made her somewhat of a I don't know, kind of a badass. But she has this like Inspector Gadget kind of a hand that can like pop off and shoot at people and knock them out and things like that. And so she was offered a chance by these people to end her life as a streetwalker if she was to take on this one last trick. And this one last trick is your typical, asshole like millionaire. And he's, and she gets to the apartment of this individual, and of course things go sideways, and then there's a whole big thing about that. I don't want to give away too much of that. I'm not sure if this is a one shot or continuing, because at the end it did not say that it was the end, or it didn't even say to be continued. So I'm not quite sure what's happening after that, after that encounter that she had. But things don't go well for her, and she tries to escape, and that's when she runs into the woman with the corporation from the corporation who was trying to kill her, but she didn't allow her to do it. So good for her. Hope she's able to escape. This is the book, One Last Trick. One Last Trick.
Publisher again was
Midnight Factory. They have a big thing at the back of the book talking about their logo and stuff like that. But I did not. This is like from my comic shop FOC order. This is one of the good things about I didn't see this anywhere at any of my comic shops. I probably would have had to order it through them to get it, because it's kind of obscure. Maybe they were afraid to overstock and that kind of thing. But I like Joseph Schmalke would try and drew me into it. So it's not bad. We'll see those the second issue, because I'd like to see if she what happens on the other side of that portal. I'm intrigued. All right, the next book is going to be Terabyte, and this is kind of a play on words there. TERRORBYTES, and this is a Mark Russell joint. Mark Russell is the writer. He writes a lot of good stuff, and he's stuff like Not All Robots. I think he wrote the book.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that was a big one.
That one, Eisner.
Yeah, it did. I think Marcus did like a video on that. That was a very in-depth video you can find on his channel, on Circumstances channel. And this is written by Mark Russell, art by Felix Ruiz, Fran Gamboa is the colorist, and Carlos Mangual is the letterer on this baby here. And man, Mark writes some really good stuff. I love his futuristic, like sometimes apocalyptic, kind of a take on things.
Uh-oh. We wondered if this might happen. I think Marcus may have just lost his internet, in which case I'm supposed to step in and play host. So let's do that. And let's get a show of hands if you're in the audience by here he comes.
Oh, don't mind me. I just pushed the wrong button like an idiot. And,
all right.
popped me off the it's like this button on the side of the stupid mouse, so I just like grab by mistake. Oh, that button means like
Back.
the next tab. Yeah, the back button. I don't want that. I just want a regular mouse. Oh,
You're just testing me, weren't you?
I know. I mean, don't be surprised if that happens or if the lights go out. So just be warned whenever you do this stream, Phil.
Forewarned.
Being forewarned is forearmed. Oh gosh almighty. All right, I'll try to lose the screen next time, but all right. Any hoozle, what we're going to show is the little slideshow here for terabytes. Terabytes it also takes place in the future, about 100 years from now, on Earth. There's these alien creatures, they're alien life forms. They're not creatures. Everyone's a creature. But alien life forms that land on Earth, and it looks like kind of a desolate place, the place where they land in. That's like a major city. And one of the robots that are landing, they run into like this place of information where they find some things from the past. There's no life forms whatsoever, and they press the button, and the life form, the little hologram thing starts playing the story of what happened on this planet. Among those stories, there's this guy. What the hell's this guy's name? Doesn't really matter. But this guy who he had this new technology called Hawk Tech, and this program called Final Days, which what it does, it makes your final days on Earth, your dying hours or whatsoever, more palatable, more livable. And they're trying to sell this. They're trying to hawk this whole program to a bunch of rich seniors, for like $200 a month to maintain it. It's kind of like, I guess, like cryogenics would normally do for people and shit like that. And the people are like, okay, well, whatever, dude. We're not that impressed. But after a while, you being the good salesman that he is, he kind of just like wins them over, and they end up just like clamoring to like sign me up, give me. And it also has a preview of Space Age in the back, so that's why that's on there. So everyone's like, sign me up for this, and he's like, okay, I'm a great salesman now. I'm a god that walks among men, and of course he has a come to Jesus moment where some shit happens to him, and he has to deal with his own technology. Without giving him too much of a away, he is actually have to experiment on. They go to Africa to experiment on people. Oh, it comes with an implant that they stick into your brain. I forget to mention that, by the way. There's an implant that goes into the brain that makes this possible. So I guess when you're dying, you're just kind of like, okay, switch on the final days thing, and I can just die very peacefully, remembering good things from my life, and I guess kind of like ayahuasca. I guess it's stuck into your head, and it's electronic. And he gets his just. I love that Mark gives a lot of these people and who deserve their just desserts. They're just desserts in these books. So people who deserve it get what's coming to them, and that's no different here. Terabytes is going to be an ongoing, I guess, anthology kind of a series. He has a lot of anthologies out there. He's the king of anthologies. A different theme every month. So this was number 1, and there's more coming out going forward. So yeah, I was pretty impressed with this because it's kind of true to form that they would have something like this, and they would actually experiment on like people in other countries where there's less laws, to stick these things in their brains to see how it works. And at the end, they show like in the slide that they show one of those little things where they were dumping bodies like in a truckload of bodies, that they'd explode. Well, that didn't work. Just, like they couldn't do it in America. So they do it in like Africa or somewhere that there's much less regulation. So where is that? Yeah. So it's a little panel there on the lower right. They're just like not too much of a spoiler, but yeah, it's Mark Russell, man. I love his stuff. This is another good one. All right, so Phil, You have something. I want to be a hog.
Hug away.
What do you got there?
I have a little bit of a blast from the past.
You love
And
it.
this would be a story I would recommend you seek out the trade paperback for. It's from Boom Studios. We pointed out a Matt Kint story earlier, and I'm a huge fan of Matt Kint, though I have not been keeping up with him in recent. I don't know, in the past year probably, but I've done some crowdfunding work that he's done with David Rubin in a book, and invested in like a board game based on mind management, which I think is just the ultimate mind trip, like X-Files spy story. Oh my gosh! If you want to, if you like the X-Files or Fringe, mind management is such a twisted tale. Seek it out, Dark Horse from Matt Kint.
There's 2 volumes, right?
It's more than that. They ran like 40 issues, 42 issues, something like that. Yeah. It's 3 paperback omnibi, or 5 hardcovers. I have both collections. That's how much I like it. Anyway, having said that, if you don't want your brain to sweat and you want to just sample Matt Kint spy story stuff, then I would strongly recommend this story, which is called Black Badge. It came out. Are you familiar with this?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Right? Yeah.
And I'll show you the back cover. And ultimately, this takes place. Well, we discover that we live in a world where decades ago, they decided it would be a good idea to brain sweat. That's right. They decided it would be a good idea to make an offshoot of the Boy Scouts and militarize them and make them a black ops organization.
That sounds logical.
And this is a story about that. And to kind of illustrate, I'll just show you the back cover where we see an illustration of a typical black badge scout, where we have a garrote hidden in the headband. We have C4 disguised as an honor badge. A black badge on the shoulder doubles as an explosive throwing star. His pocket is lined with solidified sarin gas, and there are throwing knives behind his sash. So it's really a group of child assassins, which is really makes the perfect cover, because who in the world would suspect a group of Boy Scouts, right?
Yep.
Anyway, so that is the stage in which this story is told. And then I'll highlight, this was a fun cover. This quite literally is a patch that if I wanted to, I could desecrate the book, take it off, and like sew it on a piece of clothing. But it came with this letter, which says, congratulations, among other things. By signing and returning this letter, you are officially swearing the oath below. I will follow orders without question. I will keep my mouth shut. I will show emotion only in cases where there is something to gain. I will handle high explosives with care, and I will not let the sight of blood affect me. And finally, I will faithfully read the monthly newsletter, an informational packet disguised as the comic book Black Badge, every month. Anyway, so Black Badge from Matt Kint, with art from Tyler Jenkins and Hillary Jenkins, published by Boom Studios.
Nice. And they earned their Black Badge by some act, like some act of like some like a killing or something like that. That's how you get your Black Badge.
Yeah. And they can quite literally, they're putting these kids in death. They could be killed. Later, we get like a jamboree of different badge colors. And for example, the pink badges are a group of Girl Scouts. There are green badges and different color badges, each with their own specialty, and that's fun when they all get together at a jamboree. So
yes,
and only I think 10 issue series, so very much more manageable than Mind Management, and hopefully it will whet your appetite for more of that type of storytelling from Matt Kint.
Yes, sir. I have like the first 3 or 4 issues of that I bought actually when I was in Portland with Sleepy and Jack from Staple Spine, and I got I found the first trade paperback. There's only one trade paperback from that series. I found that for a pretty good deal when I got back here on local LPS.
They could probably do it in one. It should be done in one.
Yeah.
And speaking of, I just subscribed to Stapled Spine.
Nice.
I've been wanting to do that forever, and I had planned on going there and buying up every back issue that was still available, and sadly, there's not many left.
He sells out.
So I just subscribed, and shame on me.
Shame on you. Oh, good for you, man. That's awesome. And I also listen to Staple Sounds every week too. He's a DJ on the X-Ray FM. You can listen to X-Ray FM on your computer.
I need to go look for that then.
Yeah, X-Ray FM. I think he moved to Saturday nights. I want to say it used to be on late Thursday or early Friday morning. I think he moved to to Saturday nights. I'm not sure, but just go to X-Ray FM. You can definitely find Staple Sounds.
Is that a service where if you miss the live, you can hear there's an archive?
There's an archive.
Excellent.
But every show, I listen to them. I listen to News of My Fiance on there, which is a pretty cool news program that talks about stuff mostly in Portland, but still like some nationwide stories.
Okay.
And also another thing called 80-pound cardstock, which is this very like esoteric kind of music, man. I love it. It's kind of like trip hop a little bit. I was talking about trip hop on Roscoe's show a little bit.
Yeah. Lo-fi trip hop is a favorite search for me.
Man, I put it on and when I'm drawing or when I'm trying to go to sleep or something like that. I love it. So those are my three favorite shows on X-Ray FM. I don't live in Portland, but in my mind I do.
Me too.
I know. My mind. I'm already there. Yeah, I know.
We'll just all start a group home together.
Got it. All right. Now, speaking of Matt Kent, I got something.
Oh, thanks, Sleepy. He just dropped a link to Stapled Sounds.
Nice. There you go, folks. Listen, if you like the good old music like the folks like us like, man, I mean, it's the music industry is a hell of a thing too, man. The music industry, call me an old man. I don't care if you do, because I am. I do like music from a certain era. And with Jack, man, either I hear something that I got that I love. Hey, I love that song, man, or something I never fucking heard of. Like, that's pretty wild, man. I this group called Deadbolt. He calls it the most dangerous band, the world's most dangerous band. Oh my God, Deadbolt is like a jaw-dropping experience to hear those guys play. All right, my last book is also from Matt Kent, written by Matt Kent.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's a nice segue there, huh? Matt Kent and Ramon Villalobos on the art and Tamara Bonvion on color art, along with Simon Boland on lettering. And it is from Bad Idea, and it is called They're All Terrible. And believe me, they're all fucking terrible.
Can I ask, is that oversized or is that typical comic size?
It is oversized to some degree there, but it's once again printed on glossy paper, glossy cover with your newsprint interior, which we love. We love I do, speaking for myself, love the newsprint interior because it's just a flashback and I can smell it, and I have a kind of a smell fetish when it comes to comics. There, I said it. Judge me. All right, so this one I also have like a little thing here too, and it is. I'll knock myself off the air.
No, you're good.
Still here.
Oh.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
They are all freaking terrible. All right, there's this. I guess there was this horrible war that ravaged through the land in this world, and afterwards the people were just like all over the place and upset and as you might imagine, and so this band of just like warriors, but more like Huns or just like warlike people took over, and they were referred to as they were referred to again, the Bloody Mourners. The Bloody Mourners, just like running a roughshod over everything, taking over the world, and they had their eyesights on this one kingdom, which was like really hard to get to, but they were full of riches, and they were not much of an army. They didn't have much protection. So the guy that represents that kingdom goes out in search of the best warrior he can find. Unfortunately, the best warrior he could find gets his guts cut out, like in as soon as he meets him in the bar. Like, okay, I know, right? What the dread luck? So they do this and say, like, well, plan B. I want to hire the guy that cut this guy's guts out. I want to hire him to be my champion. So the guy that killed his champion puts together a team of his ex-girlfriend, who's also a warrior princess, and there's also a bunch of other people that are just like these misfits, like this guy here who's like a sorcerer who has like this dragon like not a like a kind of a, what do you call those things, like a bat, that little guy up on the right hand corner there, and that just always torments his master about that. Yeah, you ain't shit. Yeah, but he keeps him around anyway because they're kind of like frenemies, So it's kind of like this bizarro Wizard of Oz group, going around, assembling, and there's this pirate guy right here, and so they get the band together, and they're going to like go help this guy from this rich and powerful kingdom help defend his gold and his goods and his people. And so we're getting this big, powerful group of people together. This little girl here, she's got some kind of a secret here, but she's more than she lets on. And it's just sitting around right here and around the fire. All these mercenaries are thinking like, you thinking what I'm thinking? Yep. We're gonna take these people's shit and we're just gonna turn on them. So it turns out they're all terrible. But there's no hero. Sometimes it's just like in life.
Who does the art on that?
This is Ramon Villalobos. Ramon Villalobos is the artist on here. Pretty amazing, huh?
It kind of reminds me of Echo Lands, which was a book from a few years back, but it was printed in landscape format from Image Comics.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. And I think that might have been his biggest, impediment to having great sales. Because when you change things around with the comic book people, like, oh, what are you doing? You going magazine size?
Yeah, don't be weird.
You're rocking my world, man. I mean, I can't go out of the ordinary. I got to turn this way to read it. Mind blown. Can't do that. But this is good, man. This is another bad idea. And the next issue, I think it's going to be going bi-monthly. So it's going to be every 2 months or every other month, excuse me. So the next issue is due out in December. So you can still latch on to the number one. You can probably find it in different places. Echolands, yeah. Thought it was coming back. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sad emoji.
I had all the covers and still do, actually, and all the different printings.
Mm-hmm.
The director's cuts they had.
Yeah, man. We're all in.
Damn it.
Oh, man. You got anything else, Bill? Is that it for you?
No, that's it.
All right. That's plenty. That's plenty. And that is your What's Good for this evening, folks.
Yes.
Thank you. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up.